Hey guys, it is Tuesday here in West Virginia, and we've got a double two for Tuesday. We have a two-pack two for Tuesday. We actually have two packs for Tuesday. So try to say that 10 times fast. So, anyways, these are my first Target two-packs since I was in the Philippines. Kind of odd. In the Philippines, I was able to obtain these from some sellers. They got stuff from the States, and then when I came back to the States, I don't have a Target that close to my place. Actually, the closest one's probably about, I would say, 80 miles, and unfortunately, it's actually falling over a mountain right now. It's kind of, as we speak, it's disintegrating and falling off the back of a hill. They had to close the store, so right now I have no Target within even a far driving distance. So I had to obtain these from eBay, and this is the one that I wanted. This is the Mopar Drag Racing 2-pack with two of my favorite castings for drag racing. The 63 Plymouth Belvedere, which is nice, but my true favorite is the 65 AWB Dodge Coronet. If you follow me on IG, I've been trying to get all of the variants. There's, I think, 5 variants right now, and there's one to come this year. They're actually using it as a mail-in car this year, which is really cool. I think it's number 4 in the mail-in lineup, and I'm not sure I will be able to get all the mail-ins this year as I've done in the past couple of years. So we'll wait and see. But if I can get the Dodge, at least I'd like to get a few of them so I can get them here and let people get a better deal on them, or get them easier anyways than what it is to do all the mail-in crap. But yeah, I'm waiting for that one, and the other one I have to get is the Honker from the Drag Strip Demons, as I mentioned in the Drag Strip Demons video we did on last weekend. So yeah, these are two, and actually the reason I got 2 sets, I only ordered this one, and I wish I knew the seller's name because I'd give him a shout out, but I forgot to write it down. He sent me this one, and in the ad it said it was on a mint card, but he looked at it and noticed it had soft corners and that the bottom of the blister was coming off. He didn't say anything about the blister, but he did mention the soft corners, and to make up for it, he sent me another 2-pack, and this is actually another 2-pack that I was kind of tempted to get because I do like the old race cars, mostly drag racing, but the old NASCAR stuff is really cool too. And these are 2 popular castings in the premium, like, stuff from Hot Wheels in the past that they use for NASCARs. So anyways, we're going to crack that guy open too. And anyways, I've been redoing my collection a little bit. That's why if you do follow me on IG once again, you probably noticed that I'm posting a lot of my Mini GT, JDM stuff, because I'm going back to what I originally loved, is my Mopars and my old drag racing stuff from like the 60s and 70s, and some utility vehicles and such. But I have some JDMs that I'm keeping, but I'm selling a lot of my Mini GT stuff. I will probably only keep 4 or 5, because after I got out of the hobby for a year, I kind of lost touch with Mini GT, and a lot of that older stuff that I'd like to get back is kind of untouchable because you can't find it, and when you do, it's big money. So if I'm going to be spending big money on stuff, I'm going to get some of the older drag racing cars that I liked by Hot Wheels. So anyways, that's why I'm going to have a lot of older Hot Wheel racing stuff and Mopars coming up for you guys over the next several weeks. So let's start with this set here. So as I said, the 65 AWB first appeared in the Drag Strip Demon series. It was in the 2010 lineup, I believe, and it had the Honker, which is a red and white one. Then it had the Dick Landy silver variant, the Dave Strickler white variant, and then one that they called Stacked Deck in a dark like emerald green metallic that we just unboxed on Sunday. That one I think is kind of a fantasy drag car. I don't think that one really existed like the other three. Then it took several years for them to re-release it, and when they did, it was this guy here. This is actually a repeat from the Drag Strip Demons back in, I think it was 18 or 19, and they had this exact casting. Hot Wheels just redid it so they could put it in the 2-pack and sell this guy here. Then, as I mentioned, we have one coming up later this year in the mail-in, but in the most recent Drag Strip Demons, they did the Ram Chargers variant of it, which is really cool. But this one here and the green stack deck from the first release, I think, are fantasy paint jobs. The other ones are all real deal race cars. So let's get this thing popped open. The card art's really cool. This is a 2-pack that I am going to open. My snake and mongoose one I'm keeping sealed up, but this one we're gonna open. I've already peeled it back and such. I do like the way that they put the insert in the package. They don't use any kind of tape or rubber bands to hold the cars down. It's just kind of like a clam that closes down on the cars to hold them in, which is really cool. So, as I mentioned, this is an exact reproduction, or maybe it's a leftover from the 2018 Drag Strip Demons release. So, looks really cool with the steelies in the back, and the white letter Hoosier slicks, and then your gold copper colored 5 slots. A little big on the diameter, but still not bad. And these guys have a little more detail than the original releases. They have the tail light tampos, which I pointed out on Stack Deck. I was a little disappointed it didn't have them. And it didn't have the detail in the front like this one has. It didn't have the headlights painted or the marker lights painted. So they did step it up a little bit in these last 2 releases, this one and the Ram Chargers variant. So pretty cool. Then this is a whole new release. This is the first variant of this thing with real riders on it since 2011 in the Garage series. They did it in 2000, I think it was 13 or 14 in the Cool Classics, but that had those retro slots on it, which were plastic wheels, which look good, but it still ain't real riders. So this is the first real rider variant of this car we've had since 2011, and the paint job is really cool. Kind of wish they would have got the Sox and Martin licensing again, because they had it a decade or so ago in Drag Strip Demons and Vintage Racing. I wish they would have done Sox and Martin on the side of this car. That would have been really cool, because this red, white, and blue screams Sox and Martin. It looks just like one of their cars. But the Mopar Racing is pretty cool, but both of these are kind of fantasy cars that never hit the strip. I mean, this could have been one that they seen somewhere, but it's not like an iconic one like Dick Landy or the Honker. I forget who raced it, but and then the one that Dave Strickler raced. Now, moving along to the freebie that I got. This is a really cool set, but these are, once again, fantasy race cars. They do not represent any actual race car that I'm aware of. But they did take 2 very popular castings that were in the Vintage Racing series, the 66 Chevelle and the 69 Ford Torino. The Chevelle actually was the first time it appeared was in the Vintage Racing series, and it was Smokey Yunick's ride. And then we seen it again in the vintage, not vintage, but it was like racing. I don't know. They had different, every release was a different set of racing. Like one was Trans Am, one was an HRA, one was NASCAR and such. So they had the Chevelle, and it was in the NASCAR stock car series, and it was yellow and blue. Then the 2012 Boulevard series, it came back in white with red scallops on it, with like a moon style disc wheel. And then it last appeared as a dinner car at a convention back in, I think, 17 or 18. And it kind of was wearing like a pro touring look with a two-tone paint job and a bigger diameter wheel on it, I believe. But yeah, then this is the most recent. So the car has not came out much, and this is a fantastic casting. I love the way it looks. The Torino's been around. It's been in the main line quite a bit and stuff like that. I think it first appeared in the main line. The Vintage Racing could have been its first appearance, but I don't believe so. I think it was a main line before it became a premium. The Chevelle, however, has only been a premium, and it finally made a higher end premium release at the convention a couple years ago. So let's get this thing opened up, and I just kind of try to finagle my hand here. And these 2-packs and like team transporters usually open okay. It doesn't rip the paper too bad. You could actually reseal these if you wanted to, and it wouldn't be too noticeable. I'm not recommending that you do that and try to sell them, but if you wanted to do it and try to hang them and display them as packaged again, you could. So anyways, here is that clamshell insert again, which is really cool. Take them both out and throw the clamshell to the side. The Torino looks kind of similar to the Mopar. It's almost like it's partner or something here in red, white, and blue. But yeah, wearing the red steel rims, and this is Talladega or bust on the side. So this is like Ricky Bobby's car. So anyways, yeah, Ricky Bobby would have been riding in this with no sponsorship with that Talladega or bust thing on it. 427, number 25. Pretty cool looking car. You got your headlight tampos, and you got some tail light tampos back there. Love how they started doing that even when the front and rear are part of the base. They still got the tampos going on. So Hot Wheels, over the past few years, has really stepped it up with their details. And then my favorite in this box set is this guy here. Looks really good. Has the same diameter wheels all the way around. The stance is perfect for NASCAR. Side exit exhaust. And detailed rear tail lights. And detailed headlight covers, at least. And it has 427, because that would have been your Chevy big block, and the 427 Ford big block. They both had 427s. And you can see this guy's running a cage in it, and it just says Bubba's Bearings, which I do not believe there's a company out there called that. So this is another fantasy sponsored car, but the car is the real deal. Very sweet piece. So we had a little something for everybody today. We had Mopar, we had Ford, we had Chevy, we had NASCAR, and we had drag racing. So I hope you enjoyed our 2 for Tuesday, guys. We'll be back again on Friday for our Free It Friday, and keep an eye on my IG post and my eBay store if you're looking for some more recent mini GTR releases and some S15s, and I have a couple old ones that I may pop up here pretty soon. Depends on what I can get in my high-end want list of drag racing stuff, but I do still have a Magic Purple and a Ducktail Magic Bronze in my collection that I may let go if I can get a hold of the right cars in the drag racing Mopar area. So keep your eyes peeled for those coming up for sale. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on Friday.